So we offer what are called cultural mentors, helping you navigate this new life. The big ones are, Amazon, Meta, Google, Tesla. Excitement is when I heard the EF Colorado State partnership. Well, my name's Nathan Duggins. I'm the Assistant Director of International Recruitment at Colorado State University. So Colorado State University it's a public institution located in Fort Collins, Colorado, which is 1 hour north of our capital city of Denver, Colorado. We have 30,000 total students. 22,000 are getting their bachelor's degrees, while the remaining 8,000 are getting either master's or PhDs. At the graduate level, we have 80 different graduate programs. We have about 200 different areas of study at the undergraduate bachelor's level. So we are a very large university in a smaller town. So it's a pretty safe environment that we think is welcoming. About 7% of our student body is international students. Sure. So we are really top level research university. So there's a classification of research universities in the United States called Research 1, and there's only around 150 of these in the entire country. So if you think about how big the United States is and how many universities there are, to be part of a group of only 150 is a very small percentage. So if there's students out there that want to do the highest level of research that you can do in an American university, I think Colorado State's someplace that you have to look for. Conversely, we have the arts, humanities, social sciences. So I don't want students to think that if you don't want to do research that you can't look at Colorado State. That's the advantage of a large public institution, is we don't just focus on one or two things. But the majority of our international students especially are in the more science, technology, engineering, math type areas that I just talked about because of the high level of research that those areas allow. Yeah, absolutely. I know that other countries do this, but it is kind of a staple of the U.S. higher education system, right? Where students can come in to a degree in what we call exploratory studies, meaning I don't know what I want to do right away. So they can start in one particular academic area, take some classes, maybe they don't like it, they can switch to another academic area. Yeah, absolutely. So when I say undecided and exploratory, I'm kind of talking about the same thing. So we have a specific office of advisors that work with students in what we call exploratory studies, meaning, like you just mentioned, I don't know what I want to do. I'm interested in a couple different things, and so let me come in and explore, meaning taking courses in different areas of interest that I might have. And we give students basically 2 years to do that before we say, okay, we've given you 2 years, now you need to pick something. You do need to pick a major, but absolutely, US students, Korean students, doesn't matter where you're from, you can enter this pathway and explore and figure out what you want to do. First off, you just have the cultural differences, right? You're moving across the world to another country, a new city. You don't speak, you're not a native English speaker, right? And I think that sometimes can make students a little tense. We offer services in a variety of different ways. So we offer what are called cultural mentors, meaning these are current international students or US students that will be with you your entire first semester, helping you navigate this new life, right? We also have immigration services that can help you, hey, I need a social security number, or I want to get a driver's license, or how do I set up my mailing address? Kind of these basic things that you need to do when you move to a new country. And so we have all of these services built in, and we will work with students before they even arrive. I think a common concern that I hear from international students inside the classroom is we expect engagement. And certain parts of the world that's more or less common, but we expect the students to engage with the professors. And the professors expect that of the students, which may not be a normal thing depending on which country you're from. And so I think, students, their first semester, they're learning, they're adapting, right? Their second semester, they're probably still learning and adapting. But I would recommend, hey, listen, come into the classroom, be comfortable. If the professor calls on you, that's okay. They call on everybody. Don't be intimidated. but there is a high level of engagement that we expect in the US classroom. So that is a common concern that we hear initially, but also that students get over rather quickly once they adjust to life in the United States. Yeah, we have an entire office dedicated to international student services. About 7% of our student body is international. Right now we have 35 students from Korea studying at Colorado State. So if they need any help with like I mentioned before, navigating campus, how do I register for classes? How do I set up a meal plan? How do I navigate public transportation? Stuff like that. How do I just live my life in Fort Collins, Colorado? Yes, we have people that will support them before they leave Korea, and then people that will support them once they arrive on campus. There's an entire team dedicated to that. Yeah, so I mean, EF is a very strong organization, right? You're all over the world. Our partnership with EF, we wouldn't have signed that partnership if we didn't believe that the university prep program was preparing students to be successful at university. EF wants the same thing that we want. We want them to be successful while at university. So I think the university prep program can help to alleviate some of the concerns that I mentioned, because it builds expectations of what is going to be expected of the students when they get on campus. So I think some of the things that I mentioned can help be alleviated here or wherever they're going through the preparation program, because the goals of EF are the same goals as Colorado State, and we want them to be successful. It's so individual to the student, right? It's hard for me, and I think that you mentioned it, a lot of agents try to apply this one-size-fits-all to every student, and it just doesn't. Every student is unique. So what is right for one student may not be right for another. So if going through, say, the university prep program is going to help students prepare for university, then that's the right choice. But I think it just depends on the university to which they are applying, and I would recommend that to any student anywhere in the world. I think you have to understand the why behind why you're applying to certain universities. Are you just chasing a name brand? If you are, it may not work out for you, right? I think you really need to do your research and understand the reasoning behind why you're applying to certain institutions. Absolutely it is. I mean, again, our partnership with EF, suggests that we trust EF because they do a great job of preparing students for, like you said, these different channels. Whether that be a 4-year university in the United States or a community college in the United States, whether it be a big public university like us or a small private university. All of these experiences are going to be different for the student, but EF has these different pathways and can recommend which pathway may be best for a student based on the interest of the student. We have some famous politicians. The U.S. ambassador to Mexico is from Colorado State. We do have some politicians, both locally and federally. I don't know if we have any famous actors or athletes or anything like that. More of our graduates are more on the political side of things. Well, the president here in Seoul of Kyunghee University. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. The big ones are Amazon, Meta, Google, Tesla, all the good ones. Hewlett-Packard has a big business in our hometown where we're located. So, these major international companies that everybody's heard of, our students are getting internships, they're getting jobs there. There's also local engineering firms or local individual companies that are kind of more local to Colorado we're working with as well. So I feel pretty confident. And we have a team that's dedicated to just getting international students internship and job opportunities once they graduate. Yeah, so Colorado has the largest mountain range in the United States that runs through it. And I only say that because it is incredibly naturally beautiful. And so we allow students to get outside nature. Environmental sustainability is really big to us. People go to school in Colorado, people move to Colorado because of the natural beauty. Talking about safety, because I know that is a big question from parents.
It is.
Our town is only 175,000 people. So it is not that big. So 175,000 people, and there's 30,000 students. So a large percentage of our population is made up of either students or professors or people associated in some way with the university, meaning it is incredibly safe. Because Colorado State University is a major part of our community, and student success and student safety is a major part of our community. So the EF university prep programs, if they meet certain standards, they don't have to take an English language exam. They can just submit their EF transcripts. They don't have to submit their other transcripts from, say, their high school. There is automatic built-in scholarships of a minimum of $5,000. It can go up from there. We will give you college credit to attend Colorado State University. So we will give you a transcript that you can use. Obviously, we hope you choose Colorado State, but if you choose to go elsewhere in the United States or in the world, those credits will follow you. So scholarships, not the need to take an English language exam. We're going to give you college credit, an expedited, easier application process. Those are really, really, really big benefits of going through the EF University Prep program. We do. So we have both direct, what we call direct acceptance, and conditional acceptance. We have both. Yes, so that's actually very common. A lot of our international students have attended universities somewhere in the world. Right, so the application is very simple, and then we would just need the transcript from, let's say, their university in Korea. If it is in Korean, we do ask that it be translated to English, but that's really it. And then our office will work to transfer in as many credits as possible, because we don't want to waste your time. We know you took credits or courses here, and we want to give you credit for those courses that you took. I was very excited because I was familiar with EF, the brand, for a really long time, and I knew that they had a really good reputation. And then once I kind of dove into their university preparation program a little bit more, I saw firsthand the value that the UP program brings to students. And so we thought, these are two organizations that have very similar goals. So how can we give preparation program students the biggest benefit for Colorado State specifically? So I was incredibly excited with this EF partnership. Yeah, absolutely. We are incredibly excited, and we're going to become more active here in Korea. We have a long history of working and welcoming in Korean students. We have a very active Korean alumni network here in Seoul. So I would say if there's any Korean students out there that want to talk to Koreans that have gone to Colorado State University, we can put you in touch. But I also think that if you are looking for a university in the United States that has world-class education, that is very safe, and has some really, really strong benefits of going through the EF University Prep program, I think that Colorado State is a place that you have to look at. I was excited about the EF Colorado State partnership because I was familiar with the EF brand. I knew it was a strong brand. I knew that it had a really good reputation. I knew it had a global reach. It was everywhere in the world. And then as our partnership developed, I was able to look more closely at the university preparation program and really realize that they are doing a great job of preparing students to attend university. And so we at Colorado State said we want to be a part of this. We think this preparation program is of such high quality, we want to give students benefits if they choose to come to Colorado State. So I think in a word, excitement is when I heard the EF Colorado State partnership.